Hello everyone, I'm Never Welcome to my channel. Today we're talking about TeamWater. I have joined TeamWater. This is an initiative to raise $40 million for 2 million people to have access to clean water for a long term. Now, this is an unusual video for me, but I'm jumping into it. We're going to be raising money for charity. You're going to have access to do that in the comments in this video. Go check it out, and you can go to teamwater.org to get more information about this. Take a moment to think about this for a second. How many faucets are in your home? I don't know. I would have to take a while and count it. Like it's at least 8 or 10 or whatever. I don't know, including the outside ones. There's a lot of faucets and they all dispense clean water, drinkable water. And this is not something that everybody has. A lot of locations in the world will have access to contaminated water, or more specifically, just the natural water source in the area, which could be a lake, river, or whatever. And to have to go to that location, which may not be near where you live, to walk there with just containers, and you don't have vehicles to go get there, you just walk, you fill it up, and then you bring it back for the day's water. And that takes up how much of your time, how much of your effort, how much of your physical energy are you spending on just doing that, just to maintain your basic life needs. And that water is also just not clean. It's not going to be healthy, it's not pure, sanitary, and it will make you sick. So this is an initiative. TeamWater is trying to get rid of that for many, many more people, because there are just too many people that need to be saved from this, and they could be with various governments around the world, but more work is needed, and this initiative is aiming to help move that along. Now consider this. This is my watering can that I use. I like a big watering can because I do not like making multiple trips. And like me, those people that would be getting water from natural reservoirs would not want to make multiple trips because they have to walk a great distance to get there. It can be treacherous and difficult, and you're going to want to take as much as you can. But consider how much water weighs. If I fill this up to the brim, I'm struggling to lift it and certainly struggling to pour it effectively. These people are going to be trying to carry as much water as they physically can carry. That is a tremendous amount of work, and that is just a huge challenge and a huge impediment to just living life. Because consider if I did that every day before, if I had to carry this a kilometer before I went and did my drawing every day, I wouldn't be doing that many drawings. I wouldn't have time or energy to do the drawings when I got around to it. Freeing people up from this burden will give them so much more access to do other things in life. They can study, they can become better people to build better civilizations in their areas. They can just uplift their local communities. We are trying to get people freed of this so that they can have their life changed and also be just healthy and have hygienic water and just be able to live really, really well, just the way you are. Today we're going to be drawing a mascot, a creature, a thing, a helper for the water. So we're going to draw a little water guy. And he's going to be cute. And he's going to be battling dirty water. Dirty water is going to be a monster. We're going to have to make it real scary, but also rather cute. So how are we going to do that? Let's get right into it. We start out with a very blank canvas of here, and we've got our sketch layer. We're going to base this off a drop of water. So it's just going to look, I don't know, like that. But let's say that's his head. That's the dominant feature of the character. So you just like that. We're just sketching it out, you know, roughly. You just want to kind of base it in the thing. He should be a little bit stubby. I don't want his head to be too long, because it's got to be cute. Cute things have very stubby, fat proportions. Just think a baby. Babies are cute because I guess they're fat and round. So we got our little guy. Then we got to put his mouth. To be cute, your eyes need to be fairly spaced apart, but also your mouth kind of between your eyes. And in particular, no nose. No, none of these things. You don't want that. No nose. Look at it, look at it. Look how terrible this would look if he had a nose with nostrils. Instantly terrible. So we're gonna get rid of that. So much better. All right, so this is his kind of head. He's gonna also have a proportionally small body compared to his head. Again, like a baby. So a larger head than body, just to make it look cute. So I'm gonna just, I don't know, taper out the body like so. This is gonna be, I've been watching a lot of Peak videos, so this might be a little influenced here, but he's gonna be, you know, like a, I don't know, a dude, like a little guy. So he's got a little arm. He's gonna still be made of water. So his little arm is just gonna be like goopy water. Like so. And got his other arm. I don't know. Put it over here. Maybe we might change this. Right now we're just kind of mindscaping. We're trying to get some ideas for what we want to do. So let's put, he's kind of running. Oh wait, maybe shorten up this shirt a bit so we can get the waist. He's got to be running. He's got maybe big clunky shoes. Yeah, like that. Actually, that was a good sole. Man, let's keep that. Back leg, and he's kind of got a up and over. So he's really running. Okay, so the sole of the shoe here, kind of rounded there, very, very flat. You know, like your shoes are on the bottom. Actually, on the front there, we've got the little boop boop. The back, I guess we'll have the back go up a little bit there. Boop, 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 boop. Try to make it consistent so it's not totally different. I want the pant leg to be a little bit larger than what it's going over because it's not, he doesn't have just a tube leg that turns into a shoe. It's got to be a little bit more variety there. Get some treads on there so you don't trip and fall. Perfect. Alright, so we got, these arms look stupid. Never be afraid to cut off your guy's arms and just redo it all because that wasn't working. You could be holding a water thing. So let's, what does that look like that I just threw away? Let's just, it doesn't need to be accurate. There we go. Let's pretend this is a watering can. Put the thing there. This thing goes here. He's kind of looped around it. You'd think he would be in it, but nope. Alright, that's not great, but whoa. Alright, that looks all weird. Yeah, we gotta put his hand back on there. So it sort of wraps around. Let's go! Let's go, fam! Alright. And, of course, we've got to put... I'm blazing this on later, but he's gonna be wearing the TeamWater logo. He's gotta wear it. I'm not gonna try to sketch it out there, but that's what it would look like. That's our little water boy. He's a hero, a helper. He's gonna get the water to the people that really, really need it. How are we gonna do our bad guy? Now, what does the bad guy look like? This is basically what he looks like. People in just the natural water supply, like what animals would drink from, but we are animals too, but we would prefer not to be slurping up all the algae, all the bacteria, all the whatever's in the water, and it's also just cross-contaminated with the animals themselves being in the water. We're going to draw this guy. He's just going to be a lumpy mass, maybe. Maybe he could have some little water cousins. He's unfortunately going to be rather cute as well. And he's going, Rawr. And he's got to have some reeds coming out of his head. Because he's basically the, well, it's not a swamp, but he's basically the lake water. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. It's kind of like he's got some tufty hair. But I draw him. I'll put some chunks in him. Little chunky chunks so that he's a little bit muddy and gross looking. So that's this guy. We might draw some variants, because once we get the basic concept down, you can start to workshop different ideas of how it would work. So we could have a counterpart to the water boy. We could make a muck boy. So this muck boy would probably be more glooping down, not that high. There we go. Alright, he's going to be a little bit angry, more angry. And he's probably got, let's say this guy's got like a really long, wet, damp shirt. And it sort of comes up because he's got to get his little feet stick out like this. He's got kind of looks like clown shoes. All right. Yeah, I want to get this thing on the ground so that you get the sense that it's sopping wet. Kind of trailing him. Even his sleeve is like too long. It's just kind of following him on the ground. Whoa. He's got, everything's wet. Everything's sopping wet and kind of unpleasant. His logo is going to be like a, I don't know, hazard symbol. Gross water. Maybe an upside down raindrop. There we go. It's gross. There we go. Him and his friend. But we need also this because we've elected that he's got reeds. We've got reeds. All right. Let's just get these line art done and we'll continue. He's grabbing. His shirt's probably a little bit bigger. And it goes up and then over there. All right. We got the water. The water's got its glare on the eyes, give it some life. And there we've got our guys. So let's color it in. We're going to use our official watercolor logo, which is this blue. I'm going to grab this blue for the inside of the mouth. All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, so now we've done the line art for this. This is our little water boy guy. He's our hero. What would he be called? Drop? You guys come up with better names in the comments. So we've done the line art, we've done the shading, the coloring, and now we've got to do, we've got to do our big bad boy. So let's get on that. All right, let's just get him colored in, well, drawn in. Whoop, 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 whoop. And these are blades of grass from the river that's nearby, which is, it was a fine water source, but we are human and we can do better. And we should support each other in the world. Because there's no reason why large swaths of the world should be suffering with basic necessities that should be a human right. I'd probably style these shoes a little bit differently so that they don't look identical. Yeah, let's do that and do this so that they look a little bit different. And that goes around there. Then we've got this coming down around here, the long sleeve, wet and sopping. There we are. Let's give him a bit of soul. Everybody deserves a soul. Get there, your life is in you now. You've got your little sparkle of life. Kind of like this color. Ganky green. Get the green. Now the green part's the only attractive part of the creature. Oh yeah, we gotta add the chunks. I don't know if you guys have ever had cereal with milk and then the milk was a little crunchy when it's not really supposed to be. That's all kinds of gross. And you certainly don't want any kind of floaty things in your water. Certainly that's not what we get when most of you turn on your water taps. So why should we expect anyone else to put up with that? There, he's basically twinning with the other guy. I don't know, amorphous liquids, you got to kind of shape it with the shadows. So this gives you sort of a free transform tool. You can sort of 3D sculpt stuff. With this, you can just sort of add shadows that you didn't even draw. Whoop. There we go. And maybe he's got some more dripples here. There we go. Looking good, looking good. He's casting a drippy shadow over himself. Bit of a fold there. This guy is going to be called Goop. This is Goop. This is Drop. Goop and Drop. All right, just one more thing, you guys. I think this thing is cute, so I just want to finish it. So, this guy, I kind of like this guy. I don't know. He's just sort of a sweetie. Even though we don't want to drink him, just because we're not trying to eradicate the natural water supply. We just don't want to be directly harvesting it ourselves. You don't eat, raw chicken, do you? You cook it, you clean it, you make sure it's sanitary and good. And that's what the initiative here is about. Providing people with these kind of clean water supplies that they don't currently have. There we go. Eye sparkle. Eye sparkle. Fill in the little tip that didn't fill in because the pixels are too close together. And he's kind of like, it's like Freckles actually. Freckles. Ooh, he actually looks like a bit of a cookie dough. I think I've just made a sentient cookie dough. If you guys want to eat this guy, by all means, he's delicious looking. Yeah, you look so sweet. What is your name gonna be? Reed. Not with an I though. Hello everybody, I've got clean water. You can stop drinking you, which gives you disease and wastes your time and effort. You can get up to things like other good things. We don't know what. Anyways, bye now. Water away, water away. That's what he says. TeamWater is aiming to raise $40 million to reach 2 million people with decades-long access to clean water. This will change their lives and give them a better life. If you guys want to find out more and become part of the solution, go to teamwater.org. Donate now. And check out the link in my comments below for the way to donate to this cause. Let's get everybody clean water $1 at a time. See you later, you guys. Bye. Everybody needs water, and everything needs water. Even staplers. Not staplers in particular, but, living things.